Hey there. Welcome to this episode of Alfatron Chats. I'm Noel, and with me in studio today is Spencer Thomas. Spencer,
Hello.
welcome back.
Thank you very much.
So today we're going to be discussing the Alfatron ALF-SMW42S. This is a high-performance, bring-your-own-device presentation switcher with wireless presentation capability. This product is nothing shy of fantastic, and Spencer is going to tell us why.
Okay, so ALF-SMW42S, it's all in the name, basically, or the abbreviation. So scalar switcher matrix with wireless built in,
Nice.
with 4 hardwired inputs and 2 HDMI hardwired outputs.
Very nice.
The S right at the end is because it is a seamless switcher.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Fantastic.
bring your own device. Wireless capabilities on the unit, as you can see, they have some aerials on them as well. So wireless presentation, AirPlay, Chromecast, Mirrorcast, all those kind of things, and a couple of little dongles that come with the units as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
So when using it in a meeting room or work group discussion, do we have a multi-view option? And if so, how does it work?
Yeah, so the multi-view option is available straight out of the box. It's got a little bit of an on-screen display that allows you with the wireless mouse to plug into the front of the unit and to set up your multi-view screen. So you can do an auto function, or you can do side-by-side, or you can do 4 quadrants. And if you do the auto function, it goes up to 7 different inputs at the same time on one multi-view screen.
Sure, that's
So,
pretty cool.
yeah, that allows you to do a sort of in-house work presentation between all of us, all showing up onto the big screen, every single person's PC or phone or tablet or whatever the case is, that's wirelessly or hardwired presented. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the USB extension switching control. How does this work?
So the other part of this unit is obviously it's not just a presentation device or wireless presentation device. You can also utilize it as almost a conferencing, so for a Teams or a Zoom call or something like that.
Awesome.
So at the back of the unit, there's 3 USB connections,
Yes.
like a little USB hub, and that allows you to bring in USB peripherals. So a USB camera, USB speaker, or USB microphone for that matter,
Oh, nice.
into the box. And then on the other side of it is a USB-B to A cable that you would then plug straight into your laptop. And that would bring all your peripherals into the Teams or Zoom call, allow you to activate those. And then through the HDMI, it'll bring the picture back through to the unit and display it up onto the screen, and obviously give your audio visual through to the other side of the call.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
This is actually quite a cool little box, this. So you mentioned earlier about the Wi-Fi connectivity as well as Mirrorcast and AirPlay. So how does this work?
Okay, so that's just a different form of presentation. So a lot of guys don't want to come in and plug in a hardwire cable or whatever the case is.
Okay.
So it has its own wireless built into it, or you can put it onto the corporate network, and from the corporate network's wireless or hardwired connection, you can then stream to it, if you can call it a stream in that sense.
Okay.
So mirrorcasting, which would come from your Windows laptops, that'll allow you to cast your screen to the box and obviously bring it up on the screen. From an AirPlay point of view, so Apple Macs or iPhones or whatever the case is, that allows you to do AirPlaying through to the unit as well, wirelessly or obviously over the network. And Chromecast, which is an Android device, or Smart Share, which is Android based as well.
Okay.
So all of those are wirelessly transmitting your device. It doesn't matter if it's a tablet or a phone or a laptop of some sort. It'll allow you to present your image onto the screen.
So pretty much whatever's on your device's screen at that time
Yes.
then gets mirrored through this
100%.
device onto the display.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. That actually makes it really easy because, I mean, Samsung uses Mirrorcast, right? Because it's Android. And
Well, it
Apple
uses
AirPlay.
Smart Share.
Smart Share,
Smart
yes.
View or Smart Share. Android is that, and Apple is AirPlay.
AirPlay.
It also has the capabilities of extending the screen. So depending on which version of wireless transmission you're using, so Miracast is one of the best for that. It allows you to extend your screen. So as you would extend with the HDMI cable plugged in, so you want to sort of do your stuff on your PC but extend your presentation, you could do the same with a Miracast function as well.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've noticed that there's a lot of connectivity options on the back of this device. Okay. Could we go through them and could you go through them and tell us what they're for?
Okay. So, I mean, if we just turn it around so that you guys can see, but I'm sure there's some pictures on at the moment as well. So we've got a couple of different connections there. So we've got the plain HDMI 1 and 2.
Okay.
And then we've got a VGA, which is what we call the legacy connection. So if guys do have VGA cable connections on their PCs with the audio in, so you've got picture and audio.
Nice.
And then the newer version of connections these days, which is USB-C, which allows any USB-C laptop that allows audio and visual to be passed through from a USB connection, namely Mac users.
Yes.
So before what was happening is a lot of the Mac users were having to do a USB to HDMI converter or DisplayPort converter or something like that, and then plug it into the switches. Now they can just literally plug straight in on a USB-C.
Fantastic.
The great thing about USB-C on the device is if you have a Windows machine that doesn't have the USB-C capability of bringing to and from the audio and visual and all the peripherals, you would have to use the HDMI and the USB-B cable.
Together.
So 2 cables into the laptop.
Okay.
If you have a PC or a Mac, for that matter, with USB-C, all the USB peripherals that you would bring into your Teams or Zoom call, as well as the audio visual to and from the box and your PC to the screen, all through one cable.
Wonderful.
Which is great. Yeah.
Sure.
Then there's some RS-232 connections. So one port is available for control. The other port is for future use. Then you have a LAN port, which obviously connects you up to the network and gets your guys going and the wireless going and all that for the sharing and casting and all that. And then we have 2 HDMI outputs. So HDMI out 1 with an audio out, 3.5 jack, that allows you to obviously extend the audio to an amplifier or whatever the case is.
That's very clever.
And the HDMI 2, which is just video, which would be a secondary screen. So
Like a local screen kind of thing.
yeah. So
Okay.
if we're doing, let's say for myself and you in a meeting,
Yes.
and we have 2 monitors up, we've got HDMI 1 and HDMI 2, I can bring my screen, full screen onto there, and you can bring your full screen onto that one. So we can see both of them on full screen rather than having them side by side.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. So,
Jeez.
so very cool.
This is actually a really cool box.
Yeah.
So I don't think we mentioned it earlier, but there is AV over IP capability in this box.
100%.
Cool. Tell us a bit about that, please, Spencer.
Okay, so obviously we have AV over IP encoders, decoders in the Alfatron range.
Yes. Yes, we
And
do.
so they would work over at AV over IP network or standard network. So this box, as I said, connects to the LAN as well, but it also doubles up as a encoder. So instead of using a small encoder with a HDMI connection in it, this box can be shared. Whatever the HDMI 1 output is showing up on the monitor or the screen, it'll be shared out of that LAN port as well through to multiple decoders that you can have in, let's say, extended rooms if you're having a bigger meeting or whatever the case is. And that will bring the audio and video of the HDMI 1 output to those other rooms as well.
Jeez, that's
over multiple decoders.
incredible.
Yep.
This box like literally is an all-in-one solution pretty much.
It is. And even though it's a small box, it goes into big boardrooms, small boardrooms, medium-sized boardrooms. It doesn't matter. It's built for pretty much all the platforms in that sense. You can even go probably one bigger into like smaller conferencing areas or, university training rooms for that matter. So yeah, because it's got the capability of so many different types of connections coming into it and multiple screens out, it's quite great. Yeah.
Fantastic. I mean, who would say no to a box like this? I mean, really, it's a no-brainer. So what would be the ideal scenario for one of these products?
So again, like we were saying, meeting room solutions. So a standard boardroom that has either 1 or 2 monitors or a projector for that matter, allowing the guys to present locally multiple people at once in the room. Or if you're doing a Teams or Zoom or whatever the case is, VC call, it allows you with those peripherals to also have a VC call as well. So it can go into a room that somebody would mark as a VC presentation boardroom.
And still get full
environment.
VC capabilities and everything.
Full VC capabilities. Obviously, if you have the peripherals plugged in, the mic and the speakerphone or camera or whatever the case is, and yeah, all the devices that you would need to plug in for hardwired or wireless.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. This is actually really quite a cool little machine. So tell us about the seamless switching, the S part in the SMW42S.
So the seamless switching side is obviously if you let's go hardwired, so 2 HDMI cables, for example, and we've got it on a single mode screen. Okay, so if I plug in my laptop and I present up and we see the picture, it'll take about 0.03 seconds or whatever the case is, which is the normal switching is about 3 to 4 seconds. So it's a lot quicker.
Okay.
And then while I'm still plugged in, you can then take your laptop and sort of plug your laptop in, and it'll switch that seamlessly. So pretty much by the time you've plugged in, your picture's already up on the screen type of
No
thing.
2 to 3 second wait
No,
there, right?
no 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds
Nice.
delay. And that'll happen with the wireless devices as well. So if I sort of AirPlay from my phone, I was hardwired on my PC, and then I AirPlayed from my phone. As soon as I start playing, it'll pop up. If I stop playing, it'll go down, and it'll go back to my existing, last source that was plugged in or playing or whatever the case is.
Okay.
So yeah.
Very awesome. So what accessories is supplied with the SMW42S, and how do they work?
Okay, so the accessories is obviously the aerials, which allow the wireless AP inside to give you an SSID and allow you to share to the unit.
Okay.
And then we have what we call an HDMI dongle. So it's not a USB type dongle, it's an HDMI dongle, which is a wireless HDMI dongle.
Oh, right.
With a connector that allows you to convert USB-C to HDMI on the same dongle.
Oh, nice.
And that you can then plug into your PC or your laptop or whatever the case is. And that allows you to wirelessly share, instead of doing mirrorcast or hardwired cable or whatever the case is, it allows you to wirelessly share your screen to the box.
Okay, so just to wrap that up, so included in the box is this HDMI converter, which you plug into your laptop. And then that sends signal to this box wirelessly, which then goes onto your screen that's on the wall or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So it kind of works like a wireless interaction presentation device.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes perfect
So
sense now.
there's sort of 2 little different options. So I think we're going to chat about it a little bit later, but
Yes,
there
we
is
are.
2 different options. There's one just as you purchase the box as is, and then you would purchase a kit, basically. I can't remember the name of the 2 combos or whatever the case is. So you'd buy just the box, and then that allows you to AirPlay, Chromecast, Mirrorcast, whatever the case is, hardwired cables into the unit. And if the client requests the HDMI wireless dongle, he can buy it separately.
Oh, so you can get that as an optional accessory.
Or you can buy the kit, which, if I'm not mistaken, has 2 in the box or 1
Yes.
in the box with the box itself.
Okay.
So yeah, there's 2 sort of different options at the end of the day.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So I know that we've got 2 models of this available, the SMW42S and then the SMW42S EX. Is that like an expanded model? Or?
So that's exactly the 2 combos.
Okay, so that's what it was.
So the 42S is with the HDMI dongle inside,
Yes.
and the EX is excluding the dongles.
Oh, excluding the
Yes.
dongles.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 42S is the one that gives you everything in the box.
Yeah, pretty
Okay,
much.
and then the EX version, you
Yeah.
buy that, it's just the box, and you can buy those accessories separately.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So I also want to know what the SMW42D is.
Okay, so that's the actual dongle.
Is that the dongle?
Yes.
Okay, so if you've bought the box
Then you can buy the 42D as a separate
as
item.
an attachment that goes onto the
Yeah.
box.
So, which is just the HDMI connector on the front of it with the blue lit button and a USB cable. So, what happens there is if you've got a later model PC or laptop, the HDMI will get full power from the HDMI connection on your laptop.
Oh, right. Okay.
If you have a really, really new laptop or maybe a really, really old laptop, depending, you might not have enough power out of the laptop to charge or to activate the HDMI,
yes, that's correct.
to activate the wireless unit.
Yes.
So there's a little USB cable, mini USB to A that
Yes.
you can plug into your laptop, and that will then give the dongle power to actually activate it and then allow the signal to be wirelessly presented.
Right. Oh, that's very clever.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to wrap that up, guys. So there's two models available. The SMW42S, which is the complete package. So you get the box and you get the dongles and everything you need one shot. Then we have the SMW42S EX, which is just the box, right?
Yes.
And then you can purchase those dongles and everything separate.
Yes.
Okay,
100%.
and then those dongles are the SMW42D. D for dongle. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Maybe something that we didn't, or I didn't explain a little bit earlier. I think I did touch on the OSD, which is the on-screen display.
Oh, yes. Please tell us about that, Spencer.
So that's where I was saying to you when you would set up your meeting for the first time, maybe you'd plug in a wireless mouse into the front of the unit, and it brings up an on-screen display on the left and right of HDMI 1.
Okay.
And it allows you to set up what you want the multi-view screen to do, and then you'd select HDMI 2, and it would just give you a matrix or follow version.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the other things that the box is great for is also it's got CEC control on the unit.
Oh, right. Oh, I didn't even see that anyway.
Which is quite nice. These days, a lot of guys are wanting to put a system in it's almost no touch.
Yes.
So now you're coming in, you mirror casting from your PC, for example. The unit is off, the TV's off, or whatever the case is. And as soon as you connect to the unit, even though it's in standby, it's wireless, is still available for people to AirPlay or whatever the case is. And as soon as you connect up and you say connect, it'll then go through with the CEC commands and switch on the monitors.
Switch the TV on.
Yeah, so you really wouldn't have to do anything.
So you can literally like sort of mount it on the table and just forget about it, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And then once you're finished with your meeting, whatever the case is, you would obviously disconnect from the mirrorcast. The unit would take, if I'm not mistaken, 30 seconds to go into a sleep mode. Once it's in sleep mode, it'll switch off the monitors as well.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Proper box with everything inside, guys. You will not go wrong with this guy. Okay, well, Spencer, that brings us to a close for today's episode of Alfatron Chats. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Guys, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you never miss new content when it comes out.
Hit
And,
the notification so that it tells you when we're going live again.
That's it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And please check us out on www.alfatronelectronics.com. And Spencer, again, thank you for joining us today on the show.
pleasure.
Really appreciate it. Good to have you again. Cheers, guys.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Bye.